Face reality, people. Movies are dead. Games are dead. Narrative? Dead.
Media is nothing but neural trigger response and viral conditioning.
Wait, what are you two talking about?
All right. Got a little reaction here. Been a while. It's on a topic that I don't think we've ever talked about here on this channel, which is the LeBron James NBA draft, scenario. And we're gonna let Dreamers Pro set this up for us. Of something I haven't heard yet. I don't think I've heard this. Whatever. Here we go. What's up?
You need to hear it.
Should I skip to that, or should we listen to him? Is it hilarious? Like the beginning part, is it gonna be funny?
Let him set it up. All
right. Let's let Dreamers Pro set this shit up. Here we go. Name of the video: Kendrick Perkins calls out ESPN panel for only pushing Bronny James because he's LeBron's son. Yeah. Here we go.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And I would see them today. We got a hell of a show for you guys, full of fireworks. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, we have a goal of trying to hit 200,000 subs by the end.
He does this thing where he's like professional sounding, but like like he has his opinions and shit, right? LeBron James fans walking in, giving each other high fives with honey on their hands.
Yeah, twerking it up.
Twerking it up, knocking drinks over.
I hate that too, bro. He keeps repeating the same, insult. I'm like, yo, bro, get a new insult, bro.
I can't help but laugh, though. That's just a funny thing.
The first time I heard it was funny, but I'm like, then I hear 3 other videos of the same day, and he's saying at some point in the video, he'll say it again. I'm like, come on, man.
That's why it's hilarious, bro.
I'm like, yo, do you have it written down, bro? Throwing honey and twerking it up.
It's the knocking drinks over thing that makes me giggle. Knocking drinks over.
He sounds like a boomer, twerking it all over the place.
Alright, there we go.
And this month, so really appreciate it if you guys helped us and hit our goal. Anyway, let me get into this topic here. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about Bronny James. We seldom do it, but today we're going to talk about it. And this video was prompted by a clip that I saw earlier this morning that involved Mark Spears basically going on ESPN and explaining what some NBA scouts told him about Bronny James's prospects as an NBA player. Well, on that panel, Kendrick Perkins was also on that panel as well. I think Ramona Shelburne was on that panel as well, and I forgot who else was on the panel. But they were discussing Bronny James is an NBA player. So as they were talking, you could see that Kendrick Perkins started to get visibly annoyed. And as the conversation went on, he kept on getting more agitated. And then at a certain point, he's like, listen, the only reason we are up here talking about Bronny James is because he's LeBron's son. And he said that, look, I feel like we're doing a disservice to other players that are more deserving of the attention to just sit here and talk about Bronny James when there are other players that have greater prospects. And then got into this back and forth. And essentially Ramona Shelburne and these guys were basically arguing for the right to talk about Bronny James because, hey, listen, it makes a lot of money. Because that's the only other reason I can think of them doing it, right? And it got into this pretty awkward back and forth. But Kendrick Perkins was essentially calling out ESPN and a lot of these major networks for basically doing this. He's like, y'all know that he's not good enough, but nevertheless, we spend every single waking hour talking about him. And if it wasn't for LeBron James, who's his father, we would not be discussing him if he had another name on the back of his jersey. And it got into this pretty not heated, but kind of a little bit contested back and forth. But before we even get into,
he's gonna be able to do that. But is it like that? Like, I don't have ESPN. I don't watch ESPN. Are they like that? Are they like straight up like Bronny James because the combine thing? Like he's just everywhere now for them, or Fox Sports or anything.
It's not just them. It's everybody. It's Gilbert. Yeah. But so Couple things. It's that, and then Charles has another video where he's comparing how Stephen A. Smith used to talk about Kwame Brown, and then how he's talking about Bronny. He's like, why did he go so hard in the paint against Kwame Brown, but he's choosing his words selectively when it comes to Bronny James?
We know why.
Yeah, we know why, but it's just funny like that dichotomy. But yeah, no, definitely, bro. Like, come on, bro. You go on YouTube and there's 20 different fucking people talking about it. Yeah, it's the same on ESPN. Like the mainstream media feeds these independent creators their content most of the time.
Okay, fair enough. I
It
thought they were just
trickles
talking
down.
about it because they were just talking about it, like because he recently did a combine, right? Obviously, that's
Yeah,
gonna be somewhere on social media, and then they start talking about it.
well, he did a combine. LeBron showed up, and then he talked to the media. Yeah, and then it's been yeah, like come on, bro. Like look on his merit. What the fuck did he do in USC?
Not
He played
much.
like 10 games. He played like 10 games, scored 5 points a game. Like,
Yeah, on a bad team, shooting low percentages.
so like in a certain instant, like yeah, I feel bad for the kid. It's the it's the it's that juggernaut behind him of LeBron's empire pushing this shit. And he even said, I don't know if you saw his press conference. He even said like, yeah, that's my dad's dream.
Yeah,
Almost like yo, like yeah, like it's cool and all. Like I'm trying to make my own way though.
yeah.
To an extent, who knows? He's still taking like you know what I mean. Like he's still taking the easiest route there. But yeah, like he was trying to give some pushback. Like oh, it's so yeah, it's something my dad wants, not necessarily. I don't want to take him out of context. I didn't hear the whole thing, but yeah, I heard that soundbite where it's like, yeah, that's my dad's dream.
I hope that's the case. I hope it's like either takes it like he's a serious athlete, takes it serious, and he knows like yeah, I'm not whatever top prospect is out there right now. I'm not some Kentucky fucking point guard, right? I haven't proven myself yet, so I have a lot to prove. Now, if he outright said like, listen, I know who my dad is, and they're trying to give me an easy route to the NBA, it's like, well,
Yeah, he took it.
I feel like I can earn that. But if they're gonna give it to me, like I'm gonna get there and work my ass off, and then take someone's spot. You know, maybe not like in those words, but like I'd be like,
Yeah,
okay, at
well,
least
they
you're
were.
honest. You know, I'll take that.
I don't know. They were because Ramona Shelburne. Because I think Kendrick goes, yo, why doesn't he just stay in college? He's clearly not ready to come to the league. And then
And he's
Ramona
rich.
Shelburne, she says something that I thought was weird and also interesting. I don't know. I don't know if I should let you hear her say it or should I say it? I feel like you should hear her say it. But if you want, I'll tell you basically what she said. It's up to you.
Well, let's get to the clip. Get to the clip, and then
Um,
do his advertisement.
you'll hear Kendrick say it. What I just said, like, oh, why is he coming out? He's not ready.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna say something, and I honestly don't know how to feel about that. I don't know. I'm kind of like I see what you said, but I also think it's like I don't know. It's like kind of like I don't. I mean, it's like yeah, I'm kind of iffy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's hear it. There we go.
I always want to play the full commentary from Kendrick Perkins on this topic, and then want to come back and react to what he has to say. Take a listen to what Kendrick Perkins had to say here.
When I'm looking at Bronny, do I think he could be a pro? Absolutely. He's going to be a role player as a professional. That's okay. I can see his ceiling if he reaches ceiling of being an Eric Bledsoe type player, but that's in years to come. It's going to be a development process. He's going to have to go.
You don't agree, Eric Bledsoe?
Not Eric Bledsoe. He I think Bronny said he likes the way Drew Holiday plays the game. I think he said Josh Hart. I think he said somebody else. I'm like, oh, that sounds more comparable.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, Eric Bledsoe was a high flyer and all that. Like, he remember when he was like the sixth man, or
Yeah.
he was Chris Paul's backup,
Yep.
and then he I forgot where he went. He got his own team. Was it
I know he
Phoenix?
played for the Suns before. He played for
I
the
forget.
Bucks, I think, before.
He went. He was in. Yeah. He did go to Phoenix, and then he tore his ACL.
Okay.
Fucking Eric Bledsoe was a budding superstar, bro. Before he tore his ACL, like, he was like scoring 20 points a game.
He could score. He'd be like, I don't know if he's a superstar.
Okay, no, you're right. Not a superstar. Not a superstar. He was like a perennial all star on the way to being a perennial all star. Not maybe he
I
didn't get that
disagree
to
with
that
that
point.
too. I disagree with that
I
too.
think he was, bro. He was because in today's league, it's like that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a point guard that can play, make, and score. He was fulfilling
He
that bill.
couldn't shoot, man. He couldn't shoot
He
really.
couldn't shoot, but that's what I'm saying. He was explosive though.
Yeah, but he wasn't
Super,
like Russell, right? He's not like Westbrook.
bro. He was pretty explosive. He wasn't. He like Russell's 1-of-1, bro. This guy was. He was on the as far as like out the gym jumper. He was on that level.
If Eric Bledsoe reaches full potential, I think he's like one of those guys who has like 3 or 4 All-Star appearances throughout
No,
the like
yeah,
a
that's what.
really
Yeah, but
good,
like,
respectable
yeah,
career.
and he would have faded, but yeah, he would have been close to the top for a couple of years, 3-4 years, like you said.
Yeah, you'd have some good years. Yeah, for sure. But I'm gonna give my Bronny because I watched the combine and the workouts for the combines as well, and I'll say what I think about Bronny after all of this, and I'm gonna kind of compare it to Caitlin Clark a bit. I think there's something there to be attached. But for now, it's ESPN's little shit panel. Here we go.
Ceiling, if he reaches ceiling of being an Eric Bledsoe type player, but that's in years to come. It's going to be a development process. He's going to have to go to the right organization that's going to be willing to be patient with him. But at the end of the day, right, we're talking about Bronny, and my thing is I want him to write his own book. And I didn't like when LeBron showed up to the draft combine for the simple fact that if you're trying to detach yourself from him, then you don't show up. You let him have his moment.
Look, here's what I liked.
It's his dad.
I like that we finally heard from Bronny. I know you did like the first interview with Bronny a couple of years ago at the combine up there, or the Hoop Summit up in Portland. But we have not heard that much from him in his own voice, in his own words. I actually like that he said, that's my dad's dream to play together. Like, I like that he addressed that he knows where he stands. Because until this, we've kind of just seen him post on Instagram. Like, we've seen highlight videos, but he has not spoken for himself all that much. And so I think that's a good sign. I think what I'm hearing, look, he's not a Nepo baby, okay? That's what you're basically saying. Like, he's a legitimate NBA player. Now, is he a starter? Is he an all-star? Not at this point in his development. Can he get a two-way contract someplace? Is that the best path for him? I don't know. I mean, and I think that's...
He's not on the roster at this point in his development. He's not on the NBA roster unless he wants to be. What's Giannis's fucking brother's name? One of those guys.
Yeah, I think Francis, some shit like that.
To be the 15th fucking man on the bench, like, but like all it's gonna do is hurt his development. Like, he's not like he's got to go and play in games over and over and over again, develop skills and use them because he did nothing in college, man. I'm sorry. Like, once again, I'll leave my assessment for later on, but he's not a serviceable NBA player at this moment, bro.
Like, he's serviceable. Like, he's like, yo, are we watching the same player?
Right now, he's not starting in any Euro leagues overseas. Like, maybe in some like Eastern European fucking league. Maybe I don't think he starts there either, man. Like, I know guys who've played in those leagues. Like, I don't think he's starting over there. Guys who could score 18 points in Division I basketball. Like, he's not there yet. Like, he didn't even do that shit. So, but I'll save my assessment. Here we go.
Is he a starter? Is he an all-star? Not at this point in his development. Can he get a two-way contract someplace? Is that the best path for him? I don't know. I mean, and I think that's where the fact they had a coaching change at USC, that he's in the draft, that he kind of lost some of his offseason and this season because of his health issues. That's where he needs some more time to bake, clearly. But where's the best time for him to bake? Is it in the NBA on a roster where people are invested in his development? Or is it in a college where he has another coach that he feels comfortable with?
You can only make this decision once.
That's what she
Right.
said.
And I also asked this.
Wondering.
Good.
I was like, so she's saying like, oh, like, would he be better off in playing being on an NBA roster where they're investing in him, as opposed to him trying to make his way on a college team? Like, that should, I don't know. Now that I'm thinking of it again, I'm like, that sounds even worse now. Thinking about it, hearing it the second time.
That is an asinine statement she made. It's like no. You do that with guys that you're like, you see some sort of overwhelming potential, and you're trying to develop them to be, to reach their ceiling, right? What about Bronny gave you the impression he's I see it now, and now we should develop him in the NBA? Like what?
Charles said it. You see marketing, you see ticket sales, bro.
Exactly.
You see a big name.
But you're taken away from someone who's a legit. Like, imagine if someone like Bull, right, it gets drafted on the team too, and they push him aside to develop Bronny James when you have this 7-foot fucking, NBA 2K demigod looking motherfucker, 7-footer who can dribble between his legs and pull up threes and shit like that, step back threes. Like, you're not gonna develop him over like, you're gonna say fuck that guy or something? Like come on. You'll clearly take Bol and develop him over Bronny James, a 6'1" guard, right? Who hasn't done anything anywhere. But all right, here we go. It doesn't make sense. You could just say that for anyone. So why are you picking Bronny out of everyone? Because he's LeBron's kid. You just wrecked yourself. Here we go.
On a roster where people are invested in his development, or is it in a college where he has another coach that he feels comfortable with?
You can only make this decision once.
Play overseas.
Right? And I also asked the scouts.
You're filthy rich,
him
dude.
Going back to college, improve his draft stock. One of the scouts said, I do think in 4 years or after 4 years, he's a legitimate NBA player. The other one said, no, I just see him as an old senior.
Hey, look, let me say this. We have to stop. We have to stop. As the media and everybody else shining the light on Bronny, because it's other players that are deserve our attention, right? The lottery guys, the guys that are actually that are going to get drafted in the first round. Like, we're talking about a guy, a young man, that's possibly going to go late second round or not getting drafted at all. I've never, in my 4 years of working here, I've never sat on the table where we're talking about a second-round pick.
But this is LeBron James' son, and that is a legitimate storyline that one of the greatest of all times has a son trying to play in the NBA at the same time.
And you have to give Bronny credit for actually trying to say the right things and showing up in the right places. And at the end of the day,
and by the way, I like seeing LeBron in the stands as a proud dad. I like that. That's a great example.
She's talking about straight up narrative, nothing to do with actual basketball. It's all narrative shit she's talking about.
Yeah.
Proud to see the dad out there. It's LeBron James' kid. Of course we're going to talk about it. Like, it's all narrative based, nothing to do with actual basketball. Like, she already said it herself. Like, is he really going to have like an impact like that? Or is he a hourglass? Let's see, like, let's put a timetable for development, and then maybe in a couple years, maybe he'll do something. It's like, what? So it has nothing to do with basketball. I guess Perkins is trying to go into like, well, there's basketball players out there. How about the kid from what was that school? The NCAA tournament, bro. Iowa. Was it Iowa?
It's one of those two, Iowa or Indiana.
It wasn't Indiana. It's like black and gold colors. This big 7-footer dude, bro, who's scoring like 19 points and 10 something fucking rebounds.
Bro, UConn has like 3 players that should be talked about before you even think of Bronny, bro.
But that's the thing. Like, I'm hearing things where that guy might not get drafted. The dude is like all-American type player, right? I know he's big and slow. It's like, man, I don't see potential here. But like, what gives you Bronny as like where you're gonna work so hard to develop him instead of this 7-footer? Like,
bro, the guy from Iowa.
who knows, man? From what I've seen, he's not. When I was watching the NCAA tournament, I looked him up. I didn't think he was going first round. Like he might be a second rounder, if that. He's big and slow. He doesn't shoot. Maybe doesn't shoot 3-pointers or something. I don't know what their reasoning would be, but.
Well, he's not a good defender. He plays old school, bro. Like I don't know. He plays down to the competition and shit. In regards to, like, he stays in the block. He's not really like immersive and outside the paint.
Yeah, but if you're gonna say I'm gonna sit a player down and work specifically with them to develop them into an NBA player, like why can't you do that with that guy? It's like that's what I'm saying. You can pick anyone and say the same narrative. So it all comes down to just it's LeBron's kid. That's the only reason. There's plenty of 6'1" dudes in America or around the world who can jump out the fucking gym, probably shoot better, like has more experience. Like there's a million guys like this.
Yeah.
But yeah. Here we go. It doesn't make sense.
Example from
Is the
fatherhood.
#1 scorer in NBA.
What does that have to do with his son being
I mean,
at the
look,
draft
Scottie Pippen's
combine?
kid was playing on the
all
Lakers.
narrative.
We didn't shine the light on Scottie Pippen's son like this. We can't move the goalposts and feel like we go do it when it's convenient for us.
When we say Nepo baby, that means that you have the same career, parents to child. And so for those of
Somebody's a Hollywood producer, their son or daughter gets a job.
He has the same dreams, and he does get a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. This is the guy who has, but can we talk about this, y'all? This is a guy who's given his life to the game, LeBron James. And if the byproduct is that Bronny gets a little bit of a nod,
maybe there is though.
Maybe that's okay.
Because right now LeBron is still at the peak of his game where he has the leverage to.
What's up?
So I'm laughing. She throws that in there. Like, maybe that's okay. Bronny gets an advantage. Hey, maybe that's okay.
Yeah, she's not talking about basketball at all. At all. She's thinking of like news coverage. Potential news coverage that'll have people watching their channel or whatever. God.
I mean, as far as that goes, come on, Kendrick. You know this shit.
Yeah,
you trying to get ratings, you gotta talk about Bronny's kid, LeBron's kid. In that regard, I feel it, but they're kind of bullshitting. Just say that then. Why you saying all this other ancillary shit that's not really pertinent to what he's asking? You're like, why we talk about this? We need ratings, bro. They don't care about these lottery picks. They're not LeBron kids.
Yeah, but you could talk about it, but why does he have to be boosted?
If one of those were LeBron, oh my God, bro, that shit would be everywhere.
Yeah, I know. Wait till the other kid comes out, right? I heard has some potential.
Bryce James.
Or he's tall already and shit.
Yeah, he's got the body to be a savage.
Hey.
Damn, LeBron, go make him a tight end or something, bro. Why they gotta play ball? Who knows, man? Bronny could have been a quarter for all we know.
Maybe. All right, here we go.
To maybe get the Lakers to draft his son.
Guess what? Maybe the team.
Do you want it that way?
I wouldn't. However, if it's got to be done, that's the only way. That's the only way.
Look, I want Bronny to be successful.
I think all of us do.
But I'm also being a realist here.
Yeah.
We're literally spending 10 to 12, huh?
Look, if Stone, my favorite guy, Stone, is at the NBA Combine, I bet you will be working.
I get out of his way. See, here's the thing, right? Again, we're talking about a young man who's projected to go late second round, early first round. I get it, man, but it's damn.
But if we're going to fault the media for talking about it, fault the teams that actually might make the decision.
And I do think there's more teams than Lakers that would take him.
Maybe not necessarily for his talents right now. It might be
I want to hear from the team.
Overall benefits of heritage and that.
You don't see.
So you heard what Kendrick Perkins had to say. What are my thoughts on what Kendrick had to say? I think Kendrick.
Actually, this is what I had to do.
Huh?
You should find the other video. Go to his channel. Since we're real quick, go to his channel, and then before you give your report, listen to what Marcus Spears said about What was it?
This I might have heard.
ESPN analyst releases damaging report. Yeah, that one. Right next. Skip. Don't. I don't need no intro for that. I just need the guy giving his assessment from scouts.
Okay.
I don't need no.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebastian. Welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment.
Yeah, right there.
NBA player, and then we're going to come back and really get into the show. Take a listen to what he had to say here.
Mark, you were just in Chicago for the Combine.
Yeah.
What are the scouts saying about Bronny?
Well, they wanted to reserve judgment until they saw him. They did see he was listed as 6'1", and they did see he had a 40.5 vert. But I was like, what would you do right now before he goes and plays? What would you do? And they said, we wouldn't draft him. Both of them said they would not draft him. I said, okay, let me give him a couple days. Let's see what happens after they watch him play. Now, this is their take after watching him play. Scout 1. I still don't think he's ready, but he did some good things. He's on the smaller side, so he's going to have to be elite on defense. You can see he has good vision, makes right passes, takes good shots. He's probably going to need more time. If the Lakers don't draft him, I don't see anyone drafting him. Teams would want him on a two-way, and I don't think Clutch would want that. It gets a little tougher. The other scout I talked to, positional athlete, doesn't function as an elite athlete, tweener stuck between two positions. Should be a point guard based on his size, but he can't run an offense. He's handicapped as an undersized shooting guard because he can't shoot. 0-4 on threes on one day, 1 for 3 the other day. Needs screens to create space, and his only scoring came on paint touch floaters and can only go left. His strength is supposed to be defensively, but he's a switch matchup. Every bigger player who switched on him scored. He's a poor man's Davion Mitchell. He is not an NBA prospect, in my opinion. Not my words of 2 veteran NBA scouts.
So you heard...
That's the Kings guy, right? Yeah, Mitchell? That's the Kings, like...
Yeah.
Backup point guard, or maybe he's like
a poor man's of that. Yeah, he barely gets court time.
Yeah. There's some things there I disagree with the scouts with. Yeah. You can't look at 2 games. Well, he was over 4 this game and then 1 for 3 this next game, so he's not really a good shooter. Like, you can't go based on that. You're supposed to go by, if you're a scout, you're supposed to be like have the eye test like at a premium level. Like some shit that normal people can't see. You're supposed to be able to see certain things. So you just pointing out stats to me is like garbage. Like, you're trash as a scout to me if you're doing that shit. Because you could easily just go to the shooting drills, right, that he did, where he's like shooting like fucking 80%, doing these little 3-point drills. He's like switching all these motherfuckers, man. I watched all of it. He's making like all his 3-point shots. But... he was not moving at game speed. 100%. He is jogging from here to there. He is taking like short step little jump shots, no legs in it, no real effort. It looked like batting practice in baseball. We're just taking like light swings, just let me just hit the ball the other way, just like little taps here and there. He was doing that with his 3-point drills. Right? Things change when you're in the game. Even if you want to go light, your adrenaline's going to make you jump a little bit higher when you take your jump shot. It's going to make you move a little faster when you take your jump shot. Can even make you erratic to where your accuracy will be off because there's pressure. So that's where the real assessment should be, not his fucking stats. And that's from the highlights I saw. Here's the thing: you got to look at what are we looking for an NBA player or even a pro athlete. In general, right? There's typically offense and defense with pro sports, typically. And if you're looking at Bronny as a defender, like, not looking so good. Now, that would be forgivable if his offense was a plus, but it's not there either. So there's no real reason to be putting this guy in draft territory. I'll agree with the scouts on that. There's no reason to have this guy other than the narrative shit with LeBron James and the marketing stuff. There's no other real athletic reason why. Now, is the kid an athlete? 100%. Is he a freak athlete? I think he's well above average as an athlete. I've seen that kid. They say he's 6'1", windmilling with his fucking head near the rim during warm-ups. That's a freak athlete.
A 40 vert, yeah.
And if he developed more, that's a 1%er. I guarantee. Like, I know people are like, no one's shocked by 40-inch verticals anymore, but to really see it play out, especially from a guy who's smaller, watch him move around. Like, look at Mac McClung. That dude's like a 1%er athlete. Like, yes, he has the athleticism to be in the NBA, 100%. That being said, it's like, what's your excuse on defense? Is it because you're kind of lackadaisical, moving around? Are you like LaMelo Ball? I remember seeing LaMelo Ball doing like workouts and shit and playing overseas right before he came to the NBA. I'm like, man, I watched him during warm-ups. I'm like, yo, this kid's like slow as shit. Like, he does everything lackadaisical. Now, he's 6'8". That's what got him by to the NBA. If he was 6'2", that dude's going nowhere sniffing the NBA, bro. Unless it's marketing. Right? So it's like, dude, you gotta be a pest. You're gonna be a 6'1" defender type guy. You better be a fucking pest. You better be all over the fucking place, diving for loose balls.
You gotta be Pat Bev, bro.
He does. And if he's like, I don't want to do that on defense, then your offense better step way the fuck up. You better get comfortable with bigger people running at you when you take your 3-point shot. Bigger guys in the paint pressuring you. Your passing, you have to see fucking lanes to go through before the play kind of happens. You better be smarter than everyone. And anyone can do that, right? Now, he'll have an advantage of being like a freak athlete to get these things by a lot quicker, or, make them more effective quicker. But you gotta, those things need to develop. Those are skill things. And if he's not walking in with them, he's not walking in with great passing, not walking in with great shooting. He's not walking in with great ball handling. He's not walking in with great defensive intelligence. He's not walking in with these things. So it's like, why are we talking about he could be he should be drafted? The only thing is a narrative thing, and that's like, I see why it's annoying to people. That's an annoying thing, especially when there's some kid out there working his ass off, developing all it. There's an Austin Reeves out there somewhere, working his ass off. Maybe not the greatest athlete, but he's developing his game, developing intelligence to be able to get by in the NBA. Who's going to get overlooked for Bronny, and I would hope Bronny would see himself in the mirror and be like, yo, I shouldn't be here like that. I shouldn't be here. I would hope he would do that. So yeah, I guess my overall assessment, not ready for the NBA. Great athlete. And the things he needs to develop, anyone could develop. Effort is anyone's game. Skill work is anyone's game. Anyone can develop these things. So it's like, I'd have to. I hope he goes to a lower league, something like that, and really develops. Really puts work in and really develops. And to be honest with you, you can go anywhere from there. I'm not going to say his ceiling is Eric Bledsoe or Davion Mitchell or any names like that. His ceiling is wherever the fuck he wants to go. He's a freak athlete, and he has all the training staffs and all this shit, whatever his dad can provide for him. He's going to be around NBA players without being on an NBA roster. He can still be around NBA players and get workouts with them and shit like that. He can get private trainers. He can get all this shit going where he can develop into whatever the fuck he wants to be. Right? Chris Paul is a skill guy. Right? He developed a skill. Now take Chris Paul and give him Bronny's athleticism. Now you have a different fucking freak animal. That's something different. That's a super Hall of Famer. But, you got to develop the skill, man. So I'm not going to put a label on where he's potentially at. He has to show me where he if I see a glimpse of where there's like a significant growth, where it's like, oh, this guy put time in, he put work in, that will tell me like, okay, now I can see more of where he could end up at. But if this is all we have here is a couple college games where he looks like a little skittish, and some combine games where he looks a little out of place and skittish, that's not going to show me much. It's not going to, get to me. Sorry, I ramble. I ramble quite a bit. I wanted to compare him to Caitlin Clark. And the reason I wanted to do that, because Caitlin Clark, they played like 2 games, right? And I seen some of the highlights, and I heard some of the people talking about it, and like, yeah, she's struggling, right? As a rookie, she's struggling. But when you watch her play in her element, in her league, you can see, like, oh no, like, this looks more of a, like, oh, you're just beginning out and things will get better, as opposed to, I can't see where the fuck you're going to go. Like Bronny. I don't know where you'll end up at, bro. But her, I can see her, you could see the potential. You could see the skill sets and things that she will learn to, like, she'll learn to get her turnovers down and take better shots and realize the athletes are moving faster, so I need to make my passes like this. Like, she looks like, you could see why she's a lottery type pick. Bronny, you do not see that. You don't see that. And potential is not, you can't use that word yet until you see where he starts really trying to be like that guy, trying to be an NBA player. Then you can be like, okay, this kid's working hard. Here's where his work is paying off. Now we can see some semblance of projection or potential. But right now, like, no, man, no. And I guess that sucks for him. I guess it sucks for LeBron too. I don't know. Like, at least they're not being assholes about it, right? A lot of these YouTubers are not like, yo, Bron, your kid sucks, bro. Like, they're not shitting on him like that. They're just like, I think most people are probably just like, yo, why is he getting so much media coverage, bro? He ain't that good. I'm like, he could be. It's not like, there's no reason to take a risk on drafting him just on that whim of like he could be. I'm saying let him find an element where he actually starts developing, not in the NBA, in my opinion. And then we'll see, like, okay, this guy's for real, or this guy, like, maybe we should do something else. Or if you just enjoy playing basketball, like, play in these leagues that you're already in. Play overseas, play G League, whatever. Play rec league if you want to. You're fucking, dad's a billionaire, bro. You're good for life.
Play wherever.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, like, and I hope it's like regular people aren't like, yo, he sucks, bro. Like, cause he'll destroy a rec league. Like, that's obvious. Like, Bronny will kill a fucking rec league. This dude will jump over everyone. He'll hit it, like, he'll kill all these fools in like rec leagues and shit like that. But NBA, he's got a lot of work to do, I think. And if it's confidence, that could be not a very good sign, man. If confidence is the thing that's like kind of stopping him, like confidence in his jump shot, because at the USC highlights I've seen, he looks skittish, like, oh, do I do this or I'll just run the offense. And in the combine, he was doing something similar, where he's like trying to run offense in a fucking NBA combine, bro. It's like, yo, fucking step back, call a fucking pick and roll, use the pick and roll, dump it off for a assist or score a fucking basket. Like your time right now. It's your time to shine, man. But it looks like he's just trying to just run offense, which the NBA doesn't even fucking do, bro. The NBA doesn't run offenses, but they run high pick and rolls and shit over and over again. So, yeah. If he wants to be a defensive specialist, he's got to be 10 times more scrappier. Like, super scrappy. Especially as a smaller dude. He has to be a fucking dog out there, like fucking deflecting everything and fucking hard fouling, because he'll get away with it. He's smaller. He can do hard fouls and no one will give a fuck. They won't call like a flagrant on him and shit. Yeah, if the Lakers take him, it's embarrassing to their franchise. It's embarrassing to the NBA because there's no reason to. There's no reason there, especially with probably some of these other kids that are coming out from overseas. Some of these foreign players that are out there, and domestically, some of these kids coming out of college. Like where does Bronny stand up next to them? I don't see it, man. Want to say anything, Anthony? I'm just here rambling.
No, I ain't. It's unfortunate, bro. Like, what? It's just crazy. Like, the kid, it's fucked up, dude. Like, yo, is anybody asking the kid, like, yo, what do you think you should do? Like, that's fucked. It's just, I don't know. You get the feeling he's being pushed, or he's being sold like a bill of lies.
Yeah. It's.
Cause it's like, you know what I mean? Like, you keep saying something over and over again. I'm wondering, what does he think of that? Or how does that enter his mind? Where he's like, yo, you can do whatever you want, bro. Your dad's a billionaire.
Exactly.
And so like, he's going this route, and it's like, dude, it's like, wouldn't you want to like give yourself every opportunity to be as polished as you can be, but at the same time, man, you got to take into account his age, his he has immense pressure on him, bro, probably from the man himself. Number one, and then everybody going down. Yeah, you got to do it, Rich Paul. Everybody, like, yo, you got to do this, man. Do this. Like, it's kind of fucked for him. Where it's like, yo, let the kid be a fucking kid, man.
100%. Unless if he's like really like personality wise like that, like that's the thing. Like we don't know because we don't see it yet. Like if he's like actually that determined, like if you're like that, bro, go do it. Yeah, you got it. But at the same time, you'd have to be honest with yourself. Like, are you an NBA player right now? Like, no.
Oh, then like that shit scares me, man. Like, come on, man. Like your dad's Labalco, bro, and you had this heart thing going. Like, yo, what's going on, man?
Oh God, I fucking hope not. I hope not. I hope it's
What's
not some
going?
shit like
It's like,
that, bro.
who is, bro? He is like, who would be more inclined than him to succumb to something like that? I hope not either. But it's like, yo, it's like if I were to tell you, yo, Jordan, this is going on, would you be surprised? Would you be shocked?
No, I wouldn't be, but I'd be a little horrified.
Yeah, I'd be horrified and disappointed, but it's like, man, I know this kid's got crazy pressure on his shoulders.
Well, dude, if he's on this shit, like he's not going to Gold's Gym in the locker room, fucking buying shit from Bobby the bodybuilder, right? So it's like, where are you getting them from? And it's like that's the thing that's horrifying to me is like I don't know, like does dad have a stash somewhere? Is dad helping you do that? Like that's where it gets horrifying to me. And from
yeah, but not to hone in on that. Also, it's just like, where's this guy? Where is this young man's mind at? What's his psyche like? What what challenges is he battling in his mind on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, I mean, the times I've heard him talk, he sounds fine. I don't know. Who knows what's going on in his head? But he sounds, I don't want to say media trained, but like competent talking to people. Yeah, he's not like a shut in or a shut out like me. Right? He's comfortable just talking. So it's like, okay, maybe he's fine. It's like, dude, go over fucking seas and start fucking shit on motherfuckers. Like, but like, fucking get connections with people and train with them.
Crazy, bro. It's crazy, like when even LeVar Ball fucking like got his son to do it. Like, yo, like why? What's with this? That's another thing too. It's like this guy's probably waiting to be like, yo, this is my farewell tour. I'm gonna do it with my son, this and that. And it's like, fuck. It's like you're rushing. You're really not being fair to this kid because you wanna have like it feels like you want to have a swan song and you want to do it with your kid at the expense at the expense of his development.
That's
and his own future in the league.
That's a good fucking point. That's another scary scenario. Is trying to rush this kid.
Like, yeah, and I'm like, yo, I don't want to be a dickhead, but it goes back into like this LeBron's whole like let GM shit, bro. Where it's like, oh, like it's like, yo, when it comes to team build, like you're this basketball savant. You're this like you're all these things like these positive notions in basketball, but at the same time, when it comes to like the actual team building, the actual like construction, even like getting from point A to point B, as far as how you play and how you want a team to be ran, how you want schemes to be manifest themselves in games. It's always like you're always looking for a shortcut. You're always looking for the shortest distance to travel. And like it's like how do I not add this to that part of your psyche as a person inside this sport.
Yeah. Oh my god. I mean, oh man. I'll say this. There's a lot of theories that like I mean, watching more and more of the stuff involving LeBron James, like yeah, I lean towards like something fishy's happening here, but it could be like normal fishy where it's like just business deals and shit like that in the background. But let me say this: if they if if the Lakers hire JJ Redick and draft Bronny James, all bets are off for me now. I'm just like, I'll buy into it. If someone makes a YouTube video like LeBron James does blood rituals, blood sacrifice, I'm like, maybe he does. Shit, let's look into this. Let's investigate this. Let's give it some light. It's like because it's like, dude, that's too much.
I think Samson said like, yo, if the Lakers if the Lakers draft Bronny, it's like, oh, this is an official clown show. Like, with the Bailey and Barnum, yeah, you don't need those guys. We have an official clown show in the NBA.
They can't. There's no way they could do that. But if they did, it's like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, it is what it is. Oh shit! I almost said something really dark too. I almost said that. I think people get pissed off. Like, LeBron James had Kobe Bryant killed. Like fuck. Maybe we should look into that. Maybe he did. Fuck.
Yeah, man. He didn't go to the statue.
I mean, if he gets JJ Redick hired and Bronny James drafted, and Bronny's like the sixth man off the bench.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be super crazy. That's why it's not believable. It's not.
Who's the sixth man right now? Didn't really.
Who's the sixth man in the Lakers? Probably like Torian Prince, maybe.
Torian Prince.
Maybe.
Bro, just like side note, the JJ Redick shit is crazy. Like, you had, who was it, Luke Walton and Frank Vogel and this guy, man? And you're telling me none of those guys could get the most out of you, but JJ Redick is going to. Bro, it would be literally Steve Nash 2.0 with the fucking Nets. Where Durant and Kyrie basically said, we don't really need a coach. We can coach ourselves. So they went and got her friend and coached them.
If this dude keeps hanging around the league and he gets his homeboys as coaches and his family members as players, like, he's gonna get roasted at it. He's gonna get draked. Bro. Someone's gonna Kendrick this fool, bro. Yo, enough of this. I'm tired of this. Someone's gonna roast this shit, and it's gonna go viral, bro. Like, it's too obvious. Fuckery, bro. Open fuckery. Like, no one's gonna like that shit.
It's too much fuckery. You're right, bro. It's too much fuckery.
That'd be the next level. Everything else, like right now, like looks like it's behind the scenes. Like only like certain people are like, yo, the Clutch Sports clients are in the media. They're doing this. Most people don't know anything about that shit, right? But if he gets JJ Redick, it's like all bets are off, bro.
Well, do you realize he's holding the Lakers hostage too? He has an opt-in for $51 million, and he's pretty much waiting for the Lakers to draft somebody before he makes it. Someone to draft Bronny before he makes a decision. That's fucked up, dude.
That's super fucked up. Super fucked up.
Like they have to draft Bronny or he's leaving. That's the sentiment. It's not who knows if that's reality, but that's the sentiment.
Yeah. Oh man. Brilliant. That's fucking brilliant. Like, bro, LeBron, take a fucking pay cut, bro, and sign some players to your team, bro. It's like, yo, what are you doing? You're fucking 40 years old, bro. Like, you got everything delivered to you. Just take you're filthy, filthy rich already, man. Basketball isn't even your main income, probably. Fucking take a pay cut and sign some great players on your team.
He's gonna sign an extension.
No, I need 60 million this time. Bro, you're 41. You don't play defense at all.
These NBA contracts are crazy, bro. It's not. It's what they say. If Jalen Brunson signs, if he doesn't sign this year, he signs next year. He gets like a $350 million contract.
I mean, whatever the highest contracts are, he's earned it. He's fucking earned it.
No, but it's for 5 years.
How old is he? What is he, like 27 or something?
It don't matter, dude. 350 divided by 5, bro. That shit is like 80 a year, like 75 a year, bro.
I'm just going relative here. Whoever's fucking making the most, he should be amongst them. I'll put it that way.
But that NBC contract, I mean, yeah, they're gonna have money to spend, bro. Fucking $2.5 billion, bro. Good to be in the NBA right now.
Chuck's gonna be like, "Who's paying me?"
Yeah, poor Ernie.
Liquid baseball. It's like, nah.
Yeah, liquid baseball. He's not on his low right now. He's not bad right now. I really gotta cover the Braves. Yeah, you gotta cover the Braves now, bro.
All right. Is there anything else you want to say with any of this, Bronny? Or...
Yeah, I think we covered it.
Yeah, I think I rambled enough.
We gave it an all-encompassing assessment.
The best that we can. All right, guys. That is the end of this video. I mean, I understand LeBron James does some shady shit, sucks ass in a lot of moments, character-wise, but I want to hear a fair opinion on Bronny James. We gave you ours. What do you guys think? That is the end of the video. Huzzah!